Okay, so it is, what's the date today? It's Wednesday, May 18th. I'm super excited about this call. It's our Faithfully Fit Zoom call, and tonight we're talking about something that literally gave me an aha moment that I just have been bursting from the seams to talk with you all about, and that is the leadership ladder. So really, it's no secret between Megan and Kira and myself. These two girls are, if they hit diamond this year, then they each are positioning themselves to hit 2-star diamond. And it also positions me to hit 5-star diamond. And the reason I really want 5-star, there's lots of financial benefits that go with it, but I want to go to the 5-star leadership event because I heard the training you get there is insane. And I want to bring it back to the team. So as I'm talking to Kira and Megan, we have like our own little box chain. I'm like, why would it be beneficial to them to be diamond? Well, obviously it would be beneficial because then it sets them up to have their spouse become diamond and a selling coach become diamond. But I thought to myself about when I turned diamond, and when I turned diamond, it was sort of anticlimactic. I was like, okay, I'm a diamond and I'm sort of not making any more money than I was when I was an emerald coach. And so what I sort of had this like click in my head about was, well, what is it that I can do to make sure that if I'm going to help someone hit diamond, they are going to actually see a change in their business? Because there are a lot of people, I think Heidi is one of them, that can testify. You hit diamond and it's like, awesome, I get this cool recognition. I get in this special regional page. I'm positioned to hit 2-star, but I'm still making $28 in team cycle bonus. So, or no, I guess you're making more than that because you're cycling at 18 instead of 14. So hi, Brandy, welcome. So it sort of got my wheels spinning on what is it that I can do to help these coaches so that when they do hit diamond, not only are they positioned to really grow their business, but they hit diamond and they're feeling excited, not only because of the recognition, but because the compensation is changing. And I don't care if your driver is because you love to help people or if your driver is because you really need to make a secondary income. We all need to be financially compensated for the time that we put into this because we're taking away from jobs, families, husbands, household, you name it. So from a business perspective, let's talk tonight about the things that we can do to set us up so that we feel good about our businesses from a financial standpoint. Okay? Are we good on that? Everyone want to get into the grit on how to do that? Cool. I am too. Okay, so that's a little preface on what we're going to talk about. But before I get into that, I am going to start here. So let's get into, how did I do this before? Here we go. Okay, so I talked a little bit about the leadership ladder, what we're going to get into, but let's quickly go over our announcements. So we've got the 3-day refresh is on sale. So I just had my graphics girl make my 3-day refresh call to action post, you guys, because believe it or not, Memorial Day is around the corner. And I've talked to many of you about this, how you can set your spouse up, and if your husband or your cousin or whoever is your secondary person, if they don't drink Shakeology, a great thing is to get a 3-day refresh and keep them in your home. So I was talking to Kara Treeweek about this, and you have a couple of these 3-day refreshes every single month. It comes on HD, but then you can sell them, because if you do a call to action too late, and a 3-day weekend or Easter or Labor Day or whatever comes and goes, I cannot tell you the day after Easter, I sold 3-day refreshes like on the street in my mailbox because people were like, I need it and I need it now. I cannot wait and I'm not paying for expedited shipping. So do your call to actions for the 3-day refresh either Thursday or Sunday, because I promise you, you will sell a challenge pack, especially if you highlight the fact that Memorial Day is coming. If you don't have time to do that, or maybe you're like Dina and you've got like way too many Success Club points and you just can't bear it any longer, then do it for like 2 weeks, or not 2 weeks, that's a little too long, but like a week and a half before the 4th of July. Or just have them on hand. And I've taken pictures of like me with my 3-day refreshes, and I'm like, who wants to join? I've got them locals, I've got them on hand, or I can overnight ship them to someone who's not local, because you can resell those if you've got a spouse or you're just trying to keep a spot in your downline. Okay, you guys probably already saw too that Ironman and Beachbody Performance line are officially partnered. So our performance line is the sports nutrition supplement for Ironman, which is going to be huge. I don't have any more information, but I guarantee this is going to be a hot topic at Summit. So if you have not tried the supplements, they do sell a challenge, or not a challenge pack. They do sell a sampler pack where you can try all of these supplements, because you want to be ready for when it's time to start marketing this and really highlighting the fact that we partnered with Ironman. You want to be able to tell somebody what Energize does for you, or what recovery does for you, or what recharge does when you take it right before you go to bed. So I think it was it Megan, was it last month that you got that sampler in the mail and you were like, did you send this to me? And I think we got it from Success Club.
Yes, it was. And I love the Energize. I actually just ordered it.
Mm-hmm. It works. See, Beachbody even does it to its own coaches. Hey, congratulations on hitting Success Club, and boom, volume goes up because we start buying. But Stefan and I take everything. We do not take the creatine. We have used it before, and I'm glad that he's done it, because I have a lot of male leads that have purchased the performance, the Beachbody Performance, and so they ask me all the time about the creatine. So I can at least talk to it because Stefan's taken it before. But you can also get the Energize packets. So that's something else kind of fun that I send out to new people. I'll throw in a packet of Energize. I'll write a little note thanking them for, signing up, telling them to reach out to me if they want to talk about getting all of their products at a 25% discount. And that little packet does wonders. I have had so many people purchase Energize because of one little packet that I slipped in the mail. So I encourage you to try it if you haven't already. Okay. There's also, I think I want to say, let me do it so I can see all of you. Who has tried the challenge group challenge tracker? Raise your hand. Brandy, Dina, okay. All right, awesome. Brandy is running a challenge group in her challenge group tracker, and I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. But they are running, oops, where'd my slides go? Oops. Okay. They are running $500 to the 40 coaches who start a challenge group in the app in May. So Brandy, you probably didn't even know it, but you are now officially submitted for that. You have to have 3 people in your challenge group, yourself and 2 people. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But if you haven't played around with it, it has been on my list of things to do. And so while we're talking, I'm just going to get right to it, because I wanted to highlight Brandy, because all of a sudden I get this email and it's like, your coach Brandy has invited you to do the challenge track application. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've been meaning to do this. And she took the initiative. She put me in as an admin. She's like, explore this with me. You don't have to run the challenge group, but I needed another admin in. And I was playing around with it last night. You guys, it's awesome. And the reason I was resisting it is because when I first started playing around with it, I didn't think that I could run a group with multiple coaches, but you can run a group with 10 coaches. So Brandy, why don't you take it off mute for a second and just give a couple little bullets about what you learned about the challenge tracker and what's been easy and user-friendly.
Okay. Easy and user-friendly, very easy and user-friendly. It's very similar to Facebook, in my opinion. You post, the coach posts, and that you can keep track of your measurements and workouts that you're doing. And so all of your challengers also check in, and they check off which challenge group or which workout they did and things like that. But I'm just kind of posting similar things that I post on Facebook. What else? I've only been using it for 3 days, so I don't have a whole lot on it. And the only hard part is you have to email people and have them download the app. And then they have to find their invite registration number. And so I had a few questions about that. So
it's pretty easy. I mean, I did it in 2 minutes. It was
yeah, it's easy. But some people are like, I have to do what? They're all like, what's my email? What's my password? I'm like, just say forgot password. So I had to walk a few of them through it.
Right.
That's all.
Right. Thank you. But I really encourage you. What I think, I am going to run a 3-day refresh challenge group in it, because I think it's a great tool to do a 3-day refresh. I'm also going to use it for this challenge group finishes. And if you've got 2 weeks until your next challenge group starts, but you want to take some people and keep them accountable, it's an awesome tool to use. They have to log their Shakeology with one click. They log their workout with one click. They can keep all of their information located inside, and you can check in with them instantly. And it's just like Facebook. They just get an alert on the app on their phone, and they go and click on it. So there's a tutorial on it. I watched the tutorial, you guys, which is kind of what got me jammed up, and I'm like, I'll do that later. I did not eat that frog. But when Brandy sent me that email, I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm just going to go explore it. And getting in and exploring it was so much easier. So I would encourage you maybe to find like your accountability partner for those of you that have done Emerald to Diamond trainings, and the two of you kind of use each other as coaches to start it and to explore. Find a partner to do it that way instead of practicing with challengers for the first time is what I would suggest. So, yeah.
I've been using it for like a week and a half. I have 2 challengers in there that are anti-Facebook. And the one thing that I absolutely love is it's like Hootsuite's sort of built into it. So what I did was I took like an hour and I literally set up, my first 15 days of posts. So it's not something, and because I knew what I was going to be posting each day, it just worked out awesome for me. So I literally had it all lined up for them. And now they go in and comment every day and I can respond to them. I can change a following day's post if I feel like I need to, or if they have a question that I want to change. But that's what I love about it, is just because I was kind of nervous about doing it on my own without having other coaches helping out.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like a time saver just being able to do it all at once, which is.
Wow. Oh, so it's got like a Hootsuite Encompass inside of it?
Yeah. So like you can just do a post and then you can schedule it for whenever you want. So that's awesome. And they're all there, so you can see what you have scheduled to post.
Really cool.
I thought that was great.
Thank you, Dina. I didn't know that you were using it. That is awesome. And
does anybody know, can you post videos in it and pictures?
Yep. It has a link for a video, and your YouTube videos will show right up. It's pretty awesome.
That's really cool. Okay.
Very cool. Awesome. Okay. So while I'm on Brandy's page, I'm going to highlight her too. Obviously, we're going to be talking tonight about the leadership ladder. So Brandy is a business starter. This actually happened 2 weeks ago, because we had our last call 2 weeks ago, and then the next Thursday she became a business starter. So awesome job on just hitting a new rung in that leadership ladder, Brandy. It's so great, especially with 2 little kids at home. It's hard. That's a hard phase in child rearing, and you're doing it with babies jumping all over you on planks and whining at your feet while you're replying to challengers on Facebook. So I commend you for that. Awesome job. I also wanted to highlight, let's see here. I'm going to highlight Dina, because as you all know, Dina hit Diamond last week, which is amazing. Diamond in less than 90 days. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, Dina, just because you are a leapfrog, and I want to hear what you think your key to success was to accomplish this so quickly.
I think a huge part was that I gained 80 pounds during my pregnancy. So, it's no secret. It's just that quick weight loss. People start the conversations with you, they want to know how you did it and how you changed so quick. So I think that's one thing. And then, another thing that my sisters also make fun of me for is I just know a ton of people. Yeah. I've worked in a restaurant business for 21 years now. I was a bartender for 10 years. I'm a high school teacher. I went to college around here, and I was involved in a lot of groups. So I just feel like my network is really big right now. And with the weight loss, and the huge network, it's just been sort of easy. So, I know it's going to dry up at some point, and that's when I'm going to really have to start working. So I hate to say I don't really have any secrets, but I really don't.
If you talk to a lot of people in your network, you can't just be silent. You have to engage in conversation. So
totally. And that's the other thing too. I think I'm so excited about the program that, like, when someone complains that they're tired to me, I'm like, oh, I'm not tired anymore because I drink Shakeology, So I do, just sort of throw it into everyday conversations. And I think that's what gets people sort of excited about it and willing to try it.
That is huge. So congratulations. And you might have the world's cutest baby.
Thank you. She just woke up screaming. That's why I left the call for a sec. So
there she is.
But she sleeps great in my arms. See? So
right. Enjoy it, because they're not that
I know. Thank you.
So everybody get pregnant and gain 80 pounds, okay?
Exactly. It's great for the biz.
That's right. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Heidi.
Okay. So unfortunately they're on the call, but I know they're going to be listening to the recording. So I wanted to recognize just two of my newer coaches, Gina. I actually went to college with her. We danced together years and years ago, and it was just a cool, like, you know, reconnection through Facebook. I think like in October, she did one of my freemiums, and she has totally put herself out of her comfort zone and started this freemium. And I will say, when I did my first freemium, I didn't do any of the stuff that she did. Like, I was like, oh, here, do 30 minutes of exercise a day, and that was it. She went full on and videotaped every single exercise. It's pretty much a squat challenge. So, I mean, explain every move down to the like final, you know, form being perfect. And I just commend her so much for it, because it took a lot of time. She wrote every script, and I think it's pretty awesome to do that for the first time. And she posted her progress pictures in her freemium today, which was very hard for her to do. So definitely want to just congratulate her on that. And then Jennifer on the bottom, I introduced her to the group. She has cute, I mean, those like faces are so cute. Two little 2-year-old twins. And she's actually the sister-in-law of one of my coaches. And same thing, like her and her husband have just both. I've never seen a husband and wife just like go all in for something. And same thing, she has had no coach training except for me, just one-on-one mentoring her. And she didn't even want to wait for the coach training. And she also has her freemium ready to go. Did her call to action as well on Facebook, made her totally vulnerable. And I'm just really proud of her for doing that, because I know it's really hard to do, especially that first time. So, and she's a busy working mom, you know, with twins, 2-year-olds. So I just am very proud of both these ladies for putting themselves out there.
Awesome. And I just want to say, if Jennifer's watching the recording, you know, we sometimes get so like caught up in the training. Like, when is the next 5-day sneak peek? When is the next Emerald to Diamond? And I didn't have any training. And when Heidi came on as one of my coaches, there was no 5-day sneak peek. It was like Heidi and I were on the phone boxing every single day. And I sat there and nursed throughout the night and watched YouTube videos, you know, and it was like, it's great that there's training and it's amazing training now. But I think that it also says something. If Jennifer's eager beaver and you've got someone who's excited, don't wait for a training. Just start showing them what they need to do. And this call is going to help you when we get into the leadership ladder to show you how to sort of get what kind of information to give them. But sometimes I think we're like, yeah, he's going to start coaching in 3 weeks and we run the next 5-day sneak peek. No, 3 weeks is a long time. You know, when you first start coaching, guys, it's like we're brand new, like toddlers learning how to walk. We're bumping into everywhere, all over the place, trying to figure it out. So the quicker you can get them started with small things, the better. So great job, Heidi, on getting her up to speed too.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So since Dina is diamond, and this is what I love about Beachbody and how our network is binary, which means that when Dina does well, so does Amy. When Amy does well, so does Dina, because of the sharing of volume. It's also the sharing of your team. So I think it's important too, when you're bringing coaches on, to let them know, like, hey, I have goals. I want to be at this rank, or I want to be at this leadership rung, which means we need to get you to this leadership rung. And what are your goals? And tying them into it, because I'll tell you, coming from a place where I did not have a selling coach. Good night, babe. When I did not have a selling coach, I got to diamond and like nothing happened for anybody. I was like, oh, woohoo, I'm diamond. No one hit 1 star, which was sort of a bummer, because you want to be like, oh my goodness, you're 1 star, I'm diamond. Oh my goodness, I'm 2 star. It just makes it feel more like you're in it with people, trying to push the team's, common goal out there. And so I love the fact not only that they're 2 sisters, but that Amy reeled both of her sisters in. They're all this awesome team pushing this greatness on their challengers. I'm doing a challenge group with all of them right now the three graces, and it's just they really care about their challengers. And that started all with Amy, who then has taught her sisters, and so she is now qualifying. Dina has to stay at Diamond for 6 weeks in order for Amy to hit 1 star. So once you go for Star Diamond, it's not like, oh boom, Amy's a 1-star Diamond. She has to hold it for 6 weeks in order to earn that lifetime rank as a Star Diamond. So it's sort of a scary place because everyone who hits Diamond is shaky to start off with, because you've got these 2 people that are Emeralds and you're like, oh, is someone going to hold off on their Shakeology? And Amy will probably be talking to Dina every day to be like, all right, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Just until she gets to that point where she gets that lifetime rank. And then once you get the lifetime rank and you fall back down, you pop right back up when you hit it. So hopefully we'll be celebrating Amy in 5 more weeks when she is officially a 1-star, but she started qualifying. Okay, so this makes me like so happy and sad at the same time, because Megan is such a rock star coach. She earned a free ticket to Summit and she can't go. So I'm really going to miss you, Megan, at Summit. But I have to say, she just came out of the gate. She just, same. She knows a lot of people. I love getting box messages from her because I'll listen to them and she'll go, hi, it's me. And I smile every time I hear her. So I know the way that she's got compassion for other people. And it's no surprise to hit Success Club her first 3 months in the business that she earned a ticket to Summit, which is huge. And even though she can't go, Megan, you're going to be with us in spirit for sure. Okay. All right. I think that does it. Okay. So let's get into this. Are we all ready? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, let me check on my time. Good. Okay, so the leadership ladder. All right, this leadership ladder, what it does is it empowers you to take your rank to its full potential. Okay, so like I talked in the beginning, a Diamond coach, it's great you hit Diamond. Now you're team cycle bonusing $18 instead of $14. But if you're still only team cycle bonusing 2 times a month, just like you were when you were Emerald, it's an $8 a month raise. That's not what we're going for. Okay, so I want to be able to give you the leadership rung so that you can understand where you are, where you want to be, and then I'm going to give you action items on what to do in order to get to the next rung, okay? So this is review for everyone, all right? How to be a coach, how to be an active coach, how to be an active Ruby. Most people skip Ruby, you guys, and the reason is because once you become an Emerald, usually the strategy is you're an Emerald, and now we're going to take the next 5 coaches and we're going to build out your weak leg. Right? And why do we do that? Because if you're getting inherited volume from your personally sponsored coach, that strong leg is already going to be strong. So if you're building up your weak leg, then what happens is you start to team cycle bonus 2, 3, 4 times as an Emerald coach. And then what you do is you start building up your husband. You do that, second. Or maybe your husband is your second person to make you an Emerald coach. And you start, if you're going to go for Diamond, you start filling up your weak leg, and then you're going to go and you're going to work on your husband. It doesn't mean it's the case for everyone. So don't write that down and put it in stone. Talk to your personally sponsored coach about your placement, because every situation is different. But a lot of people will just skip Ruby because they sort of just build out their legs and then they build out the 2 Emeralds, okay, in order to become Diamond. So the leadership ladder, right? When we all start, we are all business starters, and we're going to go through each and every one of these so that you can understand what each rung is, okay? But Diamond does not necessarily mean you're bringing in the income, right? So we're going to talk about looking at the leadership ladder. We want you to look at team leader as being like a Diamond coach, okay? We want you making $1,000 a month minimum as a team leader, and that's where we really want to start to see the business going. Diamond positions you to be a Star Diamond. And 1-star diamond is great, but 2-star is really where you get the second business center. And that means you're going to open Laura 2 or Kira 2 or Brandy 2. And when you open that second business center, you run every single challenge pack that you sell through your second business center, so that then that volume rolls up to your husband's account, probably, because we're going to probably align it so your husband gets it, and then up to your first business center account. So when you sell a challenge pack, your volume is funneling up your organization, so that you're basically getting paid on that challenge pack 3 times in terms of volume. Okay, so that's really where you're going to see a huge change in volume, is with that second business center. But what the leadership ladder focuses on is the fact that we need to build teams, right? We need to have like-minded people that we are each attracting, who are passionate. And if we do that, then it compounds our business, right? So when you sell a challenge pack, it's an exchange between one person. When you get a coach who's going to come on and work the business, that is a multiplying transaction. That coach is going to share the business, and all of a sudden it's not a exchanging of goods and services anymore. It's an exchange of goods and services times affinity, because that person is building. So we're going to talk a lot about building too. Okay, so let's start off with our business starters. Okay, so if you are a business starter, this is what we want for the brand new coach. Okay, they come on, they sign on, and again, this is why we don't want to be like, Bob's going to wait 3 weeks until the 5-day sneak peek. No, we want Bob to be a business starter right off the bat. So what does that mean? To be a business starter, Bob's going to make $100 a month. He's going to hit Success Club 5. He's going to be setting an example for his future team. You're probably going to be getting him into some getting started right, and we'll talk about that. But he's in the green, right? If he's making $100 a month, his Shakeology is paid for. That's a business starter. We want someone right off the bat feeling like this is worth it for them. We want to set up our business starters for success. So what do you do when you get a brand new coach? How do you ensure that they can be set up for success? You, as their personally sponsored coach, want to have a getting started right call with them. So if you're talking to people and you're sticking them in the getting started, or you're sticking them in the 5-day sneak peek, you're sort of engaged with them, you're sort of not engaged with them, and they finish that and they comment, okay, great, put me in the getting started right training. If you're not having a phone call with that person, you're not really setting the foundation to start a relationship with that coach where you can help them and they can help you. So you've got to get on the phone or have a face-to-face or something, especially if you're recruiting a selling coach, to really get them started right. Get them on Voxer, get them on the phone, talk to them about your story, talk to them about how you became a coach, talk to them about what you like, talk to them about what was over intimidating to you in the beginning, what overwhelmed you. Get them in a Rock the Basics training. After they hit that 5-day sneak peek, get them in a training. If there's not a training for some reason, like a lot of coaches have been like, okay, the timing is off, I will give them access to the last 5-day sneak peek that we did. And that coach will sort of do it with them on their own pace because the group is closed. And then they'll just start getting them kind of ready for a getting started right training whenever it happens. But like we've talked about, you don't need to wait until the training happens if this person happens to want to get started and it's the 15th of the month and they have to wait 3 weeks. Get them started on a personal development book. We always start off with The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Why do we do personal development? We don't do it because all of us have tons of time to read, right? We do it because the personal development piece of it helps us grow as leaders. It helps us get over our fear on posting on Facebook. It helps us get over our fear of having tough conversations with challengers. It helps us get over our fear of feeling unsure of ourselves. You have to figure out what it is that you're not good at or what it is that you're struggling with, and then find a book to match that struggle so that you can work through it and grow as a leader. Okay, so in the beginning, we like to do The Compound Effect because it just makes sense for the brand new coach, because it talks a lot about consistency and how consistency creates momentum. And that is so key for someone who's in their first 30 days in the business. You want your brand new coaches printing the business activity tracker so that they can see and you can see what it is that they're doing or what it is that they're not doing, and they can figure out right off the bat, what are they uncomfortable with? What is the frog they are not eating? Why are they afraid of that frog? How do you get them to eat it? And what kind of personal development can they do to get over that? So the goals for a brand new coach, Success Club 5 and Business Starter, right? We want them making $100 a month, right? That is 3 challenge packs. So that's getting them Success Club 5, 3 challenge packs. And the goal then is to get them to Emerald so that we can move them over to Team Builder. Okay, makes sense so far? Thumbs up? Okay. Whoops. Team Builder. Okay, so Team Builder has 2 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point. Okay, so this, for those of you that are on my Premier calls, it's different. Premier calls, we talk about your Success Club base. That's how many of your coaches are hitting Success Club 5. This is just having 2 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point. So that could be your mom signs up her best friend and just gets her on for Shakeology HD. If your mom is one of your coaches, that would count as your 1 person who's hit 1 Success Club point. A team builder has to hit Success Club 5 every single month. A team builder has to have a minimum of 200 team volume on the week leg. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. And Emerald rank or higher. So a team builder makes $250 a month. Okay, so now they're actually making a profit. Okay, and if they're making $250 a month plus they have any retail sales from the month ahead of time or for the month prior, they're probably making over $300, $325, $350 a month. So again, 200 in volume. So if they've got coaches, now they're an Emerald coach, and every single person that's getting a bag of Shakeology is 90 PV. So that's 3 people on their week leg that are getting Shakeology would give them 9 times 3, $270 PV. So 3 people on the week leg all getting Shakeology would bring them to that 270. So they'd cross the mark of hitting 200 in volume. And I know volume can be a little bit confusing still in terms of how to start team cycle bonusing. And if you are confused about it, I really urge you, before you call your coach and you're like, I don't understand it, go to YouTube. This is how I taught myself. I watched so many YouTube videos on Team Cycle Bonus and downline and placement and strategy. There are so many coaches out there that really will do a great job in YouTube showing you on their laptop or on a whiteboard how to do it. And it really, the more you kind of watch it, the better it is for you to sort of absorb it. But you don't have to understand it like a wizard. You just need to understand it so that you get the basics. And then you just want to make sure that you and your personally sponsored coach are talking about strategy. Okay, I've got 3 links out. Let's talk about where I'm going to put them. Those conversations are important to have, because if you have a conversation today and then you have 3 links out 2 weeks later, the strategy might be different based on what we're going for. Are we going for rank or are we going for volume? Because sometimes if you're going for rank, you're placing different than you would be if you're going for volume. Okay? All right, so this is what I love about the leadership ladder. So it's like, okay, great, Tracy. We understand the benchmarks for how to get from, business starter to team builder, but what does a team builder do? So this is what I think is so beneficial, that you can have conversations with your coaches. And it's important that you do a gut check on yourself. So 200 PB, that's basically dollars, because we have different currencies in Canada and the United States. We can't write dollars. So 250 PB is $250, Success Club 5, Emerald, and 2 PS coaches with 1 point and 200 in the week leg, right? So we've gone over that. What does that mean? You want to do everything from a business starter. So you've gone through the training, you're doing your personal development, everything we just talked about in the last slide you want to do. Expand your market, okay? At this point in time, you might be talking to your coach about, okay, I think it's time to run a freemium. Dina made a comment that I know my market's going to be dry. It's going to run out. Oops. So Dina wants to make sure that she is probably thinking about a freemium, because you want to worry about your market before it dries out. If you pull a Tracy and you don't start your freemiums before your market dries out, you will find yourself in a slight panic the month that no one is responding to any of your posts, because it happens to all of us. So you want to expand your market. Maybe you're going to get into Instagram. Maybe you're going to be one of the people that goes and checks out Snapchat. Maybe you're going to start doing live stream videos on your Facebook page. Maybe you're going to start a like page. But it is important. We talk about a power hour and doing the vital behaviors. That is all important. But at this point in the game, you also want to spend part of that power hour planning. What is your marketing plan going to be? And we're going to talk about that in the Know This section in a second. At this point, coaches should be hosting a challenge group, at least one challenge group every month. Why do we run challenge groups? Our best coaches come out of challenge groups. Many times our best coaches come out of challenge groups. Sponsor new coaches and get them started right. I know this is a scary thing for people, but I really think it's important that you reach out to at least 5 to 7 people a week, asking them if they've ever considered coaching. So I'm just staring at Megan right now. She happens to be one of the people that's on like the 4 slides that I can see. And I think Megan bought the 21-day fix for me. I tried to talk her into a challenge pack. She was like, no way, Shakeology is too expensive. I sent her Shakeology packet. I never heard from the girl. I was like, did you get the packet? Do you like shakes? How's it going? Didn't hear from her, but we kept chatting via Facebook. And it was a year later that she signed on as a coach. And look at her now. She is a successful summit winner ticket holder, which is awesome. But you have to not, until someone tells you don't talk to me anymore, you just have to keep being polite. And Megan probably wouldn't say yes if I asked her if I was badgering her. I don't think I badgered her. I think I gave her some space. But I always knew that I wanted Megan to be a coach from the instant I met her. When she walked out of her car to pick up, I think she bought my baby swing from me. Hi. I was like, oh my goodness, this girl will be a great coach, right? Because it's very personal, and that's Megan. So you just never know. So you have to stay on it, and you have to have a good tracking system so that people aren't falling through the cracks. So I really strongly suggest Streak. If you're a brand new coach and you're not using Streak yet, it's okay. I would give yourself some grace, but I think Streak should definitely be set up in your business, especially when you reach like the 4 to 5 month threshold in your business. You've got enough people now that people are going to start slipping through the cracks if you don't spend some time organizing it. Okay, and then enroll in the Emerald to Diamond training. So know this. What should you know at this level? If I'm Emerald and I'm going for Ruby, or I'm trying to push to Diamond, do I know how to convert customers to coaches? Do I know who to bring on as a coach right off the bat? Even if they told me they don't want to coach, do I know? My rule of thumb is if someone has over 20 pounds to lose, I'm not even talking to them about being a customer. I'm like, I will coach you. I need at least 3 months, and I need you drinking Shakeology every month, and this is how we're going to sign you up. We're gonna go with the coach account, which is the premier account, so you get your Shakeology at a discount. So you want to know what that is for your business. You might do something different than me. We all don't have to be complete duplications of each other. It's totally okay if you have a different way of doing it, and if you find something that's working, by all means share it with the group. You should know how to successfully onboard a new coach. So if you've got someone that is interested and you're asking them if they want to be a coach, how do you do that? What do you do? Do you know when the 5-day sneak peeks are? Do you know when we run our Emerald to Diamond trainings? Do you know when the Getting Started Right trainings are? You need to be able to rattle that off to people. Oh, what's the date? Okay, boom. Last Monday of every single month, we've got our Getting Started Right. I got to get you in. First Monday of the month, we do our Getting Started Right. You want to be able to rattle that off to your potentials. Okay, social media. Create, attract, and expand. So again, we have people in the Getting Started Right training. They are posting their different kinds of posts. They're posting their workout picture. They're posting their Shakeology picture. They're posting an engaging post. We're giving them, we're breadcrumbing them in that training on what to post. At this point, you should probably have an idea on who you want to attract. You've probably gone through the exercise where you've written out who you are, and you want to be thinking of that person in the post that you do. You want to be looking at your calendar and saying, okay, I've taken the time to plan. I know I've got a challenge group on June 4th and June 20th, and I know exactly when I'm going to be doing my call to actions, and I know exactly what those posts are going to look like. If you're anything like me at the beginning, it would be like Sunday at 5 o'clock, and I'd start to like get panicky about what I was going to do for a call to action post on Sunday night. Brandy's like, that's me. Yes, everybody does that. It's okay, but you'll get to a point, and this is what I mean about it getting easier. It'll be easier because you'll have that post done on Wednesday, or you'll have that post done on Saturday, so that what you can do is you can say, hey, hubby, can you put the kids in the bath? I'll be right back. And you go and you copy and you paste it and you put your picture in and you close your laptop. And when everyone is asleep, you come back and you start replying, or you come back on Monday morning. You set your alarm for an hour early, and you come back and you start responding to people. That's what I mean when I say it gets easier. You're not in this like panic mode about like, I got to get a call to action up. Oh my goodness, I don't have anything planned. Hold on. Now I can't concentrate. It just gets a little bit calmer because you have learned how to craft and how to plan your business. So that's something that you want to be working toward. Using your BAT daily, understanding preferred placement, understanding your downline reports in the back office. Again, if you don't know what any of this means, if you go into your back office and you click on training, all the information you need to know for the rank that you're at is on there. It gives you videos to watch. It gives you links to check out. It gives you graphs to look at. And you should understand the compensation plan. You should understand, okay, my goal is to make $500 this month, or my goal is to make $1,000 this month. How am I going to do that? How am I going to set my placement up? Get a game plan and then call your personally sponsored coach. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? And have those calls with them, because 2 eyeballs on it is so much better than you trying to figure it out on your own. And again, your coach wants you to do well. Your coach wants you to make money, just like you're going to want your coaches to make money so that they can at least justify the time that they're putting into their businesses. P&P, prepare and plan. Prepare and plan. I just mean it by that, make it preparing time to plan. That's it. On Fridays, part of my business hours is I take about 45 minutes and I look at the calendar, and that's when I figure out what posts do I want to do, what graphics do I need, how am I going to do it, and I put it in blue so that I know if it's a blue day, it's a post for some sort of invitation or call to action. It makes my life so much easier. So that to me is just as important. It might not count toward our vital behavior contest this week, but it's so important for my own sanity so that when I'm with my family, I can be present. And I think we all agree on that. That's what you want to be. You don't want to be like worrying about having to get a picture of you and your kids at the beach to post that night, right? Of course, we have some of those, but for your big call to actions, you want to be prepared for those. Okay, so you want to learn how to recruit new coaches. We're constantly working on that, how to onboard your coaches, and how to earn money. I'm going to stop. Does anyone want to take it off mute? Does anyone have any questions, since a lot of you are in this team builder phase right now? No, we're good? Okay.
Sorry, I was slow. My one question with the whole personally sponsored with 1 SC point. Now, because one of them is my husband, is it that important to get him 1 SC point every month, or no? Because right now I'm just trying to, build up my own for to save money for the trip or whatnot. So
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I would ask you, is that the only thing holding you back from bumping up to team leader?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
So, I think if you're working toward the goals that they have right now for Success Club, if you're hitting Success Club 30 or 40, you could probably give 5 points to your husband, or even 2 for that matter, But I do think, Dina, there is a lot to be said about the 5 points for your husband. If you give him 5 points and he's going to get free leads, that's probably going to be 4 to 5 new people that you're going to be able to bring into your network. So I'm like an all-in type of girl. I would never give my husband just 2. If I'm going to go for it with my husband, he's getting 5.
Yeah.
And
then I guess my other question is what is this? I mean, I know you're explaining every rung of the leadership ladder very well, but what does it do for you, I guess, is my, you know what I mean?
Well, okay, so let's just get to this one because I don't want to spend forever on it. We all know a team leader is really the exact same thing. Success Club 5 Diamond. Now you need 5,000 on your weak leg in terms of team volume.
Yep.
And 4 coaches. So it gives you a gut check on whether you're doing this. Okay, so this is what I call a hollow diamond. Okay, I got my mom, I got my sister, I got my cousin, I got my sorority sister, I got my brother, I got my brother's wife, I got my brother's friend of a friend, but he's really not drinking the Shakeology. His roommate and his friend are sharing it. You know, that kind of a thing. And I'm not saying that we all don't do this because we all have, you know, my brother, you know, I have that type of thing going on. But if you get to diamond because you've got all these people underneath you that have gotten you to diamond, but not one of them is a sharing coach, that's sort of a hollow diamond. Do you know what I mean? And what the leadership ladder allows you to look at, I'm not going to earn $1,000 a month as a diamond coach, as a team leader, if I'm not doing these things. And so what happens is a majority of the coaches in the network are running for rank, and they get to the rank that they want to be at, and it's sort of a disappointment because they're not making any money. So what this organizational ladder does is it shows you how to make the money, and it gives you a gut check. Like, I want you to take these things at the rank you're at and look at it and determine whether or not you are really doing the tangible things or not. And if you're not, it just gives you an indication that that's great that you're a 2-star diamond coach, but if you're not hitting these benchmarks, then you're not really building a business that's going to multiply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Okay. Tracy, I was also going to say too that you actually burn yourself out really fast if you are hitting, like, let's say you're hitting a Success Club really, really high, and then your people under you are not. And just like you were saying, like, you're not building a sustainable business where other people are working for you. You're doing all the work. And so then you get to a point and you're like, I've just done all this work and I'm not seeing the money. Whereas we're not here to do that. Like, we're here to get residual money, like team cycle bonus money,
Right.
You know, where if we take off vacation for a week or whatever, we're still getting paid because we have other people on our team that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, just like your sister, she's benefiting because she has a team of people doing it. She's not, honestly, like, you want to get to the point where you don't have to have 30 or 40 Success Club points. You have like 12 or 14 and you make the same amount of money or even more because you've built up your business. So it's like, it's such a good long-term strategy. And that's why I love this. Like, it, you know, I'm at 2-star, but I'm not at the rung I should be at because I built up my mom and my husband all by myself. So if they were actually coaching, then I could have spent that time taking all those people I put under my husband and my mom and put it under me, and I would be team cycle bonusing more. Not to say that people don't do that, like Tracy said. Many coaches do, but ideally it's more awesome when you hit the ranks like Tracy's talking about, because that means other people are being successful, and that's longevity.
Exactly. And I think so I want to be really careful here because we all do it. We all have signed up our family members because, one, the product is amazing and we want our family members to be healthy. Okay. So when I first started, I became a diamond because of my husband and because of Stefan's sister. And Stefan's sister was an emerald because of my other 2 sister-in-laws and my mother-in-law. Right. So we all do it. But when you get to a point where you're working and you're working and you're working, and you're like, oh, I mean, I know so I've been at the same rank, guys, for almost a year. I went to Summit last year as a 3-star diamond, and I was like, all right, I've been doing this for 9 months. This is awesome. I am gonna reap the benefits. And here I am a year later, I'm still a 3-star diamond, but I've gone up on the ladder 2 rungs since then. And I am so much more confident and feel so much more proud to be a 3-star because I know what I'm doing actually is not a shell. So at this time last year, I had a 3-star diamond business that was hollow inside, right? I mean, yes, Heidi was selling. I had a diamond coach that stopped sharing the business, but I didn't see that was going to happen. Because I was still too new to the game. So what rank can do sometimes is sort of blind you to the fact that your business is not built on a good foundation. And so this really eye opens to like, okay, there might be some of you that want to quit your job in a year. And instead of being like, okay, I just got to run really hard until I get to 2-star diamond and get that second business center. Okay, run hard, but make sure you're doing the things that the leadership ladder gives you as a foundation to do so that the financial piece follows it. If not, what happens is people get to that rank and they're like, okay, well, this is sort of a bummer. I'm here and it's a total letdown. So that's why it's important. Team leader, I think, you guys can kind of go through and see it on your own, but it's the same thing. It always goes back to continuing the coach and the emerald activities. And then it really just gets into like building your own team, which we'll continue to talk about. And for the record, I met with Courtney Brown this week and it was so adorable because she thought we were meeting for me to tell her I was going to kick her out of the nest. She's like, I'm not ready to start my own team and I would still like to be on the calls. And the thing is that you guys can start your own team and you can stay as engaged with Faithfully Fit or like go do your own thing. Like eventually I want you guys to go and have your own Zoom calls with your own teams and you can be a guest speaker here on this call with all of the newer people that are coming in. So we'll always be part of a team, but eventually you want to get to the point where you've got your own coaches that you have recruited yourself, that you are teaching and duplicating the things that you've learned so that your business really is built to last. So I want you guys to go into the back office and print out this. Whoopsie, sorry guys. So this right here, business starter, team builder, team leader, organizational leader. And we're gonna start to highlight it. It's only updated in the back office once a month. I think it's the second Thursday of the month is when it updates. But we're going to start to make a big deal about this. And I know that Team Beachbody is going to start to make a big deal about this because we want to really recognize not just people hitting rank, but the ones that are positioning their business to be a true multiplying business. I don't think I have anything else. Does anyone else have any questions? I think that's it, guys. The goal here is for you guys to work smarter, not harder, right? And the goal here is for you guys to be able to take bullet holes through your own business and get a game plan with your coach. So you might look at this and be like, okay, all right, there's 3 areas on here that I need help with. Let's set a game plan. That's what this is for. And we set a game plan. And once we start to do these things and we focus on where we're going to focus, the financial piece is going to follow. And before you know it, you're changing rungs. You might not change rank, but rank is going to follow your rung change, right? So I know if I've gone up 2 times in the rung ladder since last year, I know the rank is going to happen. It's not even a worry. Like 5-star will happen at some point this year. And it's like I'm 100% confident because of the things that are going on. You'll feel the momentum if you're pumping the well, and you're pumping the well like in the book Compound Effect, and you have to pump forever before that suction starts. Just keep pumping and doing these things, and then all of a sudden it's like you can feel the water's about to come, and you'll know the water's about to come, and the water is going to be your rank and the expansion and the volume of your business, and then like the morale and the culture that your team starts to have because you've got excited people making money while they're helping and serving others. So I hope this helps you guys. The last thing I ever want to do is waste time, but I feel so passionate about this that if you guys really look here and figure out how to get to the next rung, that's where you're going to start to see change in your business. Good?
Great, thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good one. I love seeing your faces on Wednesdays. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Tracy.